Hey y'all, it's your girl Jetta Jaye, and I'm back with another story time for y'all. As you can see by the title, this is a story time about how I almost got arrested. Well, I almost got a lot of people arrested, but just listen to the story. Always make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it. So we gotta go back to the beginning. So on this day I was at my dad's house because, like I told y'all before, over the summer times I was over there. Like, I just did not want to be at home, so I was always over there. Y'all know I told y'all the man was over there, all that. So I was over my dad's house just hanging out with my sister. And I don't know who hit us up first. I don't know if it was her boyfriend who hit us up to hang out or if it was my cousin. But either way, one of the other hit us up and was like, let's smoke. And so the first thing we did was we went and got my sister's boyfriend, which my sister's boyfriend lives like down the street. All of this happened within 3 blocks, y'all. 3 blocks. 3. So he lives like a block away, maybe 2 at the most, and he lived by the police station. So like the police station was very close to my dad's house, and this is a reason why I don't like really going over there, driving over there, because guaranteed when you cross over to that side of town, you're going to see the police. Like, I literally have PTSD from this. But real shit. So we go and pick him up. Like I told y'all, he lives by the police station. Keep this in mind. So we pick him up and everything's going good. We're sitting outside listening to music. We're waiting on him. He comes out, he gets in the car, he says what's up, and we start heading down 3-4 more blocks to my cousin's house, right? Mind you, my sister's boyfriend always had some, so we would smoke a lot. Like, this was a regular thing for us. Like, we would all link up, hotbox in my car, and then I would drop everybody off home, and then I would go home. Like, that's what we would do throughout the summer. So this is literally like a normal day. I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I'm driving and we pull up to my cousin's house, and when he comes down, he has a roach, right? So he's smoking, he gets in the car, he tells everybody what's up. He starts passing the rest of this around, right? And I'm talking about, it's small, y'all. It's like you get 1 puff and you're passing on. It ain't puff puff, it's puff pass. So we're driving or whatever, and I start going because, like, we're down the street. I'm not really thinking nothing of it. We do this all the time. Now, usually we don't like smoke and drive. I don't really do that, and I definitely don't do that after this story. But yeah, since we were just going down the street and it was like this big, I was like, it's gonna be gone by the time we get there. So we start driving and we go down this one-way street. So on this street, there's like a grocery store, there's a Family Dollar at this time, and then on the other side of the road, there's like a school. And then on the other side of the road, there's an apartment complex. So I'm between the school, the grocery store, and the Family Dollar. But I'm all the way over here between the school and the grocery store on this street. Okay, so we get up to the light at the end of the street, and this is like a flashing red light. So like the main street that's going this way, you have to yield to them. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the police until I like crossed the road. But anyway, so I go up, right, and I stop. Nobody's up here, so I go out and I turn. So my cousin immediately starts freaking out, and he's like, you just passed the police, you just in front of the police. And I'm just like, okay. I don't understand why he's freaking out, because they were so far. Like, they were where the Family Dollar is, or Dollar Tree, whatever I said it was. They were where that store was. There's a grocery store, sidewalk, street, where I am. They're like literally an entire building away from where I just came out and turned down the street. Like, when my car is already turned and going straight by the time they pass me. So no, I didn't like cut out in front of them. I went out in front of y'all, yes, because y'all was so far back that you weren't in the way of me going out in the street and get on the other side. It was like a power trip thing for this dude, and y'all gonna see once the story goes on. So after I pass or whatever, and I'm going up to the light that's at the end of the street, I'm starting to look in the rearview mirror because now my cousin is scaring me because he's like, no, like you shouldn't have went in front of them. So I'm like, okay, dang. So I'm looking in the rearview mirror and I see that the police car has turned into that apartment complex that's across the street from the grocery store. And now he's like backing up and coming our way. Now he didn't turn the lights on or anything. And where we were, like, we're not even a minute away from the house. Like, once I get to this light, all I have to do is go straight, turn right, turn left, and we're at home. Like, we're not even a minute away. Like, it was just a lot. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so he don't turn the lights on or anything. He's like starting to come behind me. So I start speeding up a little bit, like, so that I can hurry up and get like to the apartment complex. So I turn right, I turn left, we're in the apartment complex. He turns the lights on. Now, why would you turn them lights on? He did that because he knew, like, they're parked at this apartment complex. They're getting ready to try to get out the car, or they live here and I want to try to arrest them type shit. Like, he was really weird. So he turned on the lights. I kept going a little bit because I wanted to get in front of my uncle's apartment because he lived on the back side. Him and my cousins lived like on the top floor. So I was like, let me go right here because his car is out here, and if anything goes on, like, at least he knows or can come out and see something's happening and at least tell my dad, so if we get arrested we can get the fuck out. So I pull over, and I know some people gonna be like, girl, you should have drove all the way to the apartment and then stopped. I mean, I could have, but at the same time the same thing was probably gonna happen because this nigga was just so thirsty. Like, he was so thirsty to arrest somebody. Truth be told, we should have just ran. Like, we should have just got out and ran all the way to the apartment. So we pull over and I'm getting scared because I'm like, we literally just smoked. Like, by this time my cousin had already thrown out the roach. Like, it was gone before we even got up to this light. But you know, like, the smell of smoke is still in this car. Like, it's gas. So I did like crack the windows a little bit when I saw that he had turned around, so like some of the air would go out. But you know, it's still in there. So when he gets up there, I rolled the windows down in the front already, so he ain't even got to come up and knock or nothing. Oh, hello, officer, how can I help you? But I'm scared. So my sister's just like, just say we already smoked it. And mind y'all, we're getting ready to smoke. Like, we're on our way getting ready to smoke. So we do have gas. I don't personally have any, but the people I'm with have some on them because our plan was to link up and hotbox my car. So I'm just like, damn, like, I just feel so bad because I got all these people in the car with me, and my dumb ass done pulled out in front of the police, even though, like I said, they were far as fuck and he was really thirsty and itching. But I don't know, I should just pay more attention. And this is why I don't like to drive with people smoking in the car with me. I don't like to have nothing in the car for it. If it's more than one, I'm not getting in the car with you and smoking. Like, I'm not finna be hotboxing and we're driving. I don't like that. Like, let's stay put for a second, at least, so that way nothing's in the car, you know? Anyways, back to the story. So he gets out the car, y'all. He's like immediately grabbing his gun and he's like, do you have a weapon? Do you have a weapon? And I was like, no. And he's like, do you have a gun in the car? No. I just told your ass I don't have a weapon. And why are you doing all that? Like, it was just so much. Like, it was a lot. Now, let me know if that's like a normal practice for them to come up with their gun and do all that. Like, they're getting ready to hurry up and pull it out. Like, I haven't gotten pulled over before, so I don't know. Y'all let me know. But that was very odd to me. It gave me coon because this was a black man. This was a light-skinned black man with a bald head, a bitch. And he was just so irritating. So he came up, and I will say this. My car at the time, the car I used to have was a Pontiac G6, and it was like the windows were so tinted you could not see in them. Like, people would always tell me they used to think a nigga was driving my car because it just looked like a man's car. Like, it was super dark. My windows were tinted. Like, everything was like blacked out. I love that car. I want to get my windows tinted now. But anyway, back to story, I'm sorry. So he came up and he was like, oh, it smells like gas in here. Like, it smells like somebody's been smoking. And I was just like, yeah, we already smoked it. Y'all, I never been pulled over before. My sister told me to say the shit. So really, I should just been quiet because they probably would have did what they was going to do anyways. But yeah. So I was like, yeah, we already smoked it. So, and he was like, oh, okay, hang tight. So, you know when they say hang tight, you're getting ready to go to jail. So he starts shining the light in the back or whatever just to try to see who's in there because my windows are tinted. And it's like sunset at this point. Like, it's starting to get dark out. So he's flashing it all back there, looking. My cousin and my sister's boyfriend are sitting in the back, like just looking to the front. Like my cousin was telling me, don't look back and stuff. Just be cool. So I'm trying to be cool, but I'm still looking in the rearview mirror and like I'm looking in my side mirror and I'm seeing everything going on. And so he gets back and he gets on his walkie-talkie and like I see one cop car pull up. They got their lights on. Another cop car pulls up. They got their lights on. Another cop car pulls up. They got their lights on. At this point, y'all, there's 4 cop cars outside. Like, he was trying to arrest us. He ordered 4 separate cop cars for all of us to get in the case that he was getting ready to put us in jail. Bitch. Nah, for real. Like, y'all, he didn't ask for no license and registration, like nothing. He just immediately was like, I smell gas. I'm getting ready to call back up because y'all going to jail. So he's like, all right, we finna get everybody out of the car. Like, keep your hands still and don't move. So he starts by taking my sister's boyfriend out of the car first. He takes him out of the car and pats him down, takes his wallet out, and then he handcuffs him and puts him on the curb. So then they go to my cousin's side. They get him out. They pat him down. They take his ID, handcuff him. They sit him on the ground. So now me and my sister are sitting in the car and they have us sitting in there for a minute. Like, they're looking over my cousin's ID, my sister's boyfriend's ID. Like, it was very much giving like racist. Like, there was 2 white cops and 2 black cops, and one of the black cops was a fucking coon. Like, he was just so thirsty to be in. So they're out there talking to them for a minute. Like, they're looking at their ID, they're going back to the cop car, they're coming back, and then finally me and my sister sitting in the car like, damn, what's going on? They finally come and get her out the car, and then they were yelling at my sister when she was getting out of the car because they told her to get out, and then once she started getting out, he's like, don't move, don't move. You literally just told her to get out. Like, it was just too much. Like, this really gave me PTSD to the point I do not want people in my car smoking. Like, I'll do it if it's just me, but I'm not taking nobody else. Like, no. So they finally come and get me out the car. Mind you, I'm driving and you pulled me over originally because I supposedly cut out in front of you. Was it even because I cut in front of you, or was it just because you saw the way my car looked and you thought it was going to be a bunch of niggas in the car and you thought you was going to, you know, arrest somebody this night? I don't know, but it was just weird to me. Like, why was the driver the last person out of the car? You took the men first and was talking to them and then took us. And they didn't even, well, I guess they couldn't pat us down because they were men, but they literally handcuffed me with my purse on, like, and everything. Like, y'all couldn't even take my purse off. Like, y'all don't even give a fuck who I am. You didn't even get my ID, nothing. They didn't get my sister's ID. They only got the men's ID. That's weird. Mind you, while I'm getting handcuffed, everybody's starting to come outside. So like, all the grown folk are coming outside, like the kids are coming outside, everybody is coming outside. Like, it's like that scene in Daddy's Girls where like the whole community was outside while they was out there fighting and shit. Like, that's really what it was giving. Like, the whole community was outside, like, what's going on? Because they know us. Like, why are we sitting out here on the curb with handcuffs on? So they come out. My brother finally comes out. My little brother comes out and he's bawling. He's like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? You guys are gonna get arrested. Like, what did you do? Like, he was bawling, and we're just like, shut up, like go get mom and dad, go get mom and dad. Me and my sister are like, shut up, like why are you crying? We're the ones in handcuffs. So he runs, him and our other little cousin, they run to go get our mom and dad, and we're just sitting out there. And I'm not gonna lie, while I was out there, I was getting irritated because I'm just like, why? Like, the cop was just irritating me so bad. Like, you're doing the most. You came up talking about, do we have weapons? You're taking the men out first. You're not even worried about us for real. You're just trying to like arrest people. Like, you are just ugh. And then I'm like, we're already home, so now I'm even more irritated because y'all got the whole neighborhood looking at us. You could have really just been like, y'all need to go in the house, like y'all need to go home type shit. Like, we're already at home. I told him like, we're at home, we already smoked it, you know. So he did not care. He was like, get out. So they have us sitting out there, and like, they're tearing my car up. Like, they're throwing stuff out, they're ripping the carpets up, they're ripping papers. Like, why are y'all ripping papers? Like, you're not finding anything, like you're just doing shit at this point. They're like I have this like sun visor, they're throwing my sun visor out. They went to the back, they lifted out my spare tire, threw it to the side. Like, they was just doing a lot. They did not care. And so they didn't find anything. And once they were like almost done with searching the car, my mom and dad came out, and they were just like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And so the police officer, the bald one that pulled us over, is basically like, you know, they're getting ready to go to jail. They were smoking. They came out in front of me, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, we're really getting ready to go to jail. Like, now I'm really starting to feel bad. Because I'm just like, damn. Everybody's first time. Well, not. Anyway, I don't want to tell this business, but not somebody's first time going to jail, but everybody else, like, damn, we're not ready for jail over nothing. Like, y'all didn't even find anything. All right, y'all, I gotta hurry up. My camera died, but like, I hate this camera, and I said I was gonna do a review on this camera, and I really am, because the quality, the battery. Anyways, okay, so where was I at? Okay, so yes, my dad was outside. We're all out there handcuffed on the ground, itching, scratching, bugs jumping on us. Sun done went down. The officers basically tell my dad, like, we're getting ready to tow her car, like they're getting ready to go to jail. And so my dad was just like, well, did y'all find anything in the car? Like, why are you towing the car? And he was just like, no, we didn't find anything. So why the fuck are you trying to tow my car? Like, he was literally just on a power trip. Like, he just wanted to arrest somebody so bad. Like, he wanted to fit in so bad. Thank God the other black police officer was there, because he was like, yeah, we're not getting ready to tow her car. They're not getting ready to get arrested. We didn't find anything. He basically was just telling me, like, this is a warning. Don't be driving around and smoking, or don't smoke right before you drive, because you can be charged with a DUI, whether you have anything in the car or not. But we're just going to go ahead and let y'all go. Like, we've had y'all here all night. Thank God for him, for real, because that other man, he was going to have us in a cell, car towed, the whole nine. Like, he was for nothing. Like, you didn't even find nothing just because you just wanted to. You were just itching. So they let us up or whatever, and at the end of all this, they still never got my ID or my sister's ID. Like, they only took the men's ID. They did not give a fuck about us. Like, you thought it was a bunch of niggas in this car and you was getting ready to arrest somebody, and you didn't. I forgot a part, but at the end when we were leaving, he was like, and you might want to clean out the back of your car because we found a little shake in there. Like, if you found something in the back of my car, you know goodness well you would have took our ass on to jail like you planned. And we hurried up and got back in the car and drove around and got out, went in the house. We did not come back out the house like for at least an hour, because I was just so scared, because I was like, I don't want him to be sitting around like waiting on me to drop off so he can charge me with a DUI, like if I want to go home or whatever. So I'm like, I'm getting ready to sit here until I feel like they've cleared out, and then I'll worry about getting home or either staying the night over here. So we go in the house, and our parents aren't really mad for real. Like, they were just more so saying like, y'all shouldn't be doing that. Like, we could literally smell the gas before we got over there, so I know the police smelled it. Like, y'all are doing dumb stuff, you know. But they already knew we smoked, so they weren't really like, you know, oh, why are y'all smoking? It was more so just like, don't be dumb if you're gonna be doing that. And that was it. So we sat in the house, we was all scared and just talking about it. And my cousin was telling me, like, when him and my sister's boyfriend were in the back, like, her boyfriend was back there like scared and like looking around and stuff, and he was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he had to snap him back into reality. And then my cousin was saying how, this is all alleged, by the way, allegedly something had, like, some had fell out like while they had handcuffed him and like sat him down on the concrete. And so while they were getting us, he had hurried up and like put his foot over it. And then once we were getting up, like, he just crushed it and went on. So yeah, y'all, it was crazy. And oh my gosh, I forgot to say, I felt so bad because my sister's boyfriend, I guess he didn't know that he had like some old tree in his wallet from I don't know when. And when they went to get his ID, they found it. And so they gave him a ticket because it wasn't enough for him to go to jail. So they were just like, here's the ticket, and that was it. But he was shitty. Like, as soon as that hour went up and the coast was clear, he was like, can you take me home? He was shitty. But you know, that wasn't my fault, because you should know if you have stuff or not. Yes, it's my fault we got pulled over, but like, why are you just got that on you and don't even know you got it on you? Like, what if you were to get pulled over another time and now you got that on you? Like, anyways, a little bit my fault, but not all the way. And yeah, after that, I dropped him off, and then I came back and I had stayed over there for a little bit longer. I think we ended up smoking again anyways, and hotboxing the car, because it's like, I mean, we done already got in trouble, we already came this far, might as well smoke. My nerves is bad. Like, yeah, I learned my lesson though, y'all. Like I said, I don't smoke and drive. I don't smoke and drive with people in the car with me. I don't like people smoking in the car with me, whether I'm smoking or not. Yeah, if you're in my car with me and I'm responsible for you, I'm not doing it. I just can't. Like, I just can't. Because if everybody would have went to jail that night, I would have felt so bad. That would have been terrible. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time. And let me know, like I said, if anything like this has happened to y'all. Did the police do the most when they came up to y'all window too? Or was he just like extra? But as always, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye. What else are they gonna play? It's 5 and niggas won't take it.